How did a socialist from Queens defeat 26 billionaires who spent $22 million to stop him? And what does his win mean for Donald Trump, who just called him a talented politician? Hello viewers, I'm Kavya Khandelwal and you're watching The Edge. New York just made history. Zohran Mamdani, a democratic socialist, is now the mayor-elect of America's biggest city after beating a billionaire-backed campaign worth $22 million. From Wall Street moguls to political giants, everyone tried to stop him. But this story isn't just about politics. It's about class, power, and a quiet revolution brewing inside America's richest city. Let's break down one man with no billionaire donors pulled off one of the biggest political upsets in US history. Zohran Mamdani isn't your typical New York politician. Born in Uganda, raised in Queens, he is the son of filmmaker Mira Nair, but his path wasn't red carpets and galas. He started as a housing organizer fighting evictions in Astoria and later became a New York State Assembly member, where he made a name pushing for tenants' rights and free public transport. So when Mamdani announced he would run for mayor, most experts laughed. He had no corporate money, no media empire behind him, and running against a well-connected Democrat, Andrew Cuomo, who had the backing of some of the richest people in America. And when I say rich, I mean really rich. According to Forbes, at least 26 billionaires, from Michael Bloomberg to Bill Ackman to the Lauder family, poured millions into ads and PACs just to block Mamdani's rise. Let's put that in perspective. Michael Bloomberg alone gave $8.3 million to fix the City INC, a committee formed to oppose Mamdani. Bill Ackman, $1.75 million. Joe Gebbia, Airbnb's co-founder, $3 million. And that's just a few names. In total, $22 million was spent trying to stop one man running on a promise of free public transport, universal childcare, and city-run grocery stores. To put it bluntly, billionaires tried to buy democracy again. Only this time, it didn't work. By mid-2025, the city was flooded with ads warning that Mamdani would bankrupt New York. TV channels called him a radical and a Marxist, even a danger to investors. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, said Mamdani was more Marxist than socialist. But the ads backfired big time. Why? Because ordinary New Yorkers were broke. Rents were up 40%. The subway was falling apart. Childcare costs were eating up half of families' salaries. People didn't care if he was a socialist. They just wanted someone who understood their struggles. At a rally in October, Mamdani stood on stage and said billionaires like Bill Ackman and Ronald Lauder have poured millions into his race because they say we pose an existential threat. I'm here to admit something. They are right. That line went viral. It became the rallying cry of his campaign. While billionaires bought ad slots, Mamdani built a movement. He didn't have corporate donors. He had volunteers. Tens of thousands of them, students, subway workers, single moms, delivery drivers, people who felt invisible in their own city. He promised city-run grocery outlets to bring down food prices, free buses, trains to fight inequality, and universal childcare to help working families. To critics, it sounded like a fantasy, but to many voters, it sounded like finally someone gets it. And when election night came, the fantasy became reality. Mamdani won the Democratic primary against Cuomo, despite being outspent by $20 million. And then, in the general elections, he defeated the Republican candidate with a double-digit margin. In his victory speech, Mamdani looked straight at the cameras and said, "Donald Trump, since I know you are watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up." The crowd went wild. Now here's where things get really interesting. Donald Trump, who mocked Mamdani throughout the campaign, privately called him a talented politician. Yeah, you heard that right. According to the New York Times, Trump told aides Mamdani was slick and a good talker, but publicly he called him crazy and communist. It's the ultimate love-hate dynamic, political enemies with benefits. Mamdani used Trump as his boogeyman to energize voters, and Trump used Mamdani as proof that Democrats were going too far left. But behind the noise, one thing is clear: Trump is nervous because Mamdani's win didn't just flip a city, it showed that money can lose to movement. And that scares both parties. Even Bill Ackman, one of Mamdani's loudest critics, congratulated him after the win, saying, "Now you have a big responsibility. If I can help NYC, let me know." When billionaires start calling to make peace, you know something big just changed. So what happens next? Zohran Mamdani will take office on January 1st, 2026, becoming New York's first Muslim and South Asian mayor. He inherits a city divided between the ultra-rich and the working class, between Wall Street and the subway lines. But whether you agree with his politics or not, one thing's undeniable: a candidate with no corporate money, no billionaire friends, and no media backing just rewrote the rules of American politics. And the billionaires who tried to stop him, they just learned the hard way. Sometimes the people still win. So, what do you think? Is Zohran Mamdani the future of US politics, or just a one-time miracle? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow The Edge.